Here we go. Welcome back to Ammo Topics, episode 19. Before I talk about the big announcements, well, this year we're going to see the wrap up two major anime. Well, we already have one just wrap up last week, that being Fire Force, and of course the very next anime is going to officially wrap up his run completely with the full adaptation is Dr. Stone. Yep, the final course come out this year, and it's been confirmed this last quarter is going to be 13 episodes. Not bad, given the fact that there is roughly about 21 and a half chapters to adapt for the whole entire series, which, no surprise there. But in the case of this one, I can see them basically covering that much in 13 episodes. Yeah, I'll give my final thoughts when the finish comes up, but I'm happy to see Fire Force officially wrap up, though I do have one criticism I still have for Season 3 is the fact that we had to wait 5 years for a sequel season. It's similar to the case with Walking This Evercoming, where people had to wait 3 years. 3 years. I mean, they could just wait a full year, got a full set of chapters released. Nope, they chose not to do that. They chose to wait 3 freaking years. Though, I saw the theory that it was probably due to the fact the studio probably had other projects to work on, and that was not a high priority for them. And I guess that probably due to demand from Crunchyroll and probably a lot of people, we got Season 4 for that one. What else? Before I get to the big one. Let's see here. Well, like I mentioned in my Hero Game video, we're going to have wrap up 4 major anime in the span of like a week. Because Thursday, we had the final episode of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, because Season 4 confirmed that one. The final episode of Season 2 for Frieren. Season 3 is coming next year. The final episode of Trigun Stargaze. And then next week, we had the final episode of My Hero Academia Vigilante Season 2. Still no announcement of Season 3. I would have thought they would have announced it right away, given the fact that there's still more manga to adapt. A lot more manga. Like, if you're curious, though, how many chapters are there for My Hero Academia Vigilantes? Well, because the fact that the next episode, well, now it's going to start the first chapter of the final performance arc, which I think is like because of course School Days was already adapted for My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I mean, here's what's left to go for that one, for arcs. Well, they have Final Performance, Hunger Masquerade, and the Natura Lockdown arc. Yeah, Final Performance, if you're really curious about that one, this is roughly 20 chapters, given the fact that next week probably adapt the first chapter. So, there are about 20 chapters of that one. Hunger Masquerade, that one is very short. It is just 9 chapters, and then we have the final arc of the series, Another Lockdown, which is also the longest arc of the series, which this is roughly 67 chapters. Yeah, 67. Well, 32. So, with next episode, I looked up basically is going to adapt to 6-6, because they've already adapted the School Days, which came next. So, here's basically what's left. There's exactly 60 chapters left to go, and I don't see why not. Why there cannot be a season 2, no season 3. There's no reason for it though. I know we got Dispatch coming next month for the parent series, My Hero Academia. I still need to watch or review the OVAs, hopefully before that comes out. I'll probably get into it soon. Don't know when. But let's hope basically we get announcements soon on Season 3. Let's hope so. But the big announcement, this actually was announced about a week ago, but I didn't make an announcement because I am one of those people, when announcements are made on April Fool's Day, it might be a joke, but no, this was legit. Completely legit. It was confirmed today. This was a legit announcement. That How Not the Summon Demon Lord is getting a 3rd season. I'm like, fantastic! Why the heck did it take 5 freaking years to do this? Like, why 5 years? And here's the weird thing. The first season, when it was made by a completely different studio than season 2. Did different quality? Not really, no. I did read that the studio who made season 2 was the same one who did Astro Boy. Yes. As a matter of fact, the logo is Astro Boy himself. If you're really curious, like, how much of the light novels has been adapted, like, is there, like, not a lot? Well, let me put this out for you. Season 2 only adapted the rest of Book 4, because basically Season 3 ended up with, like, the first couple chapters of Book 4. So went through the rest of Book 4, the entirety of Book 5, and almost the entirety of Book 6. They actually didn't adapt the last chapter, because the last chapter, actually the last couple chapters, sets up Book 7. So I'm assuming that this next season will start with that and then go into Book 7 and maybe go to Book 8. So how many books overall is there overall for How Not the Demon Lord? For How Not the Demon Lord, there are 14 volumes. Yeah, 14. And so far they've only adapted fully the first 5. It's similar case to a couple other series that have not gotten their season yet. That being In the My Smartphone and How Rise of a Kingdom. These two also roughly adapted the first 5 volumes in just the amount of episodes they released so far for both series. But those two have not gotten their season yet. And I don't see why not. In the case of In the My Smartphone, there is like, oh my gosh, there is like 26 volumes. There's a lot there. In the case of How Realistic About the Kingdom, because I think they were starting to adapt Book 5, but didn't fully adapt it, they have roughly, because I think the last novels were released in Japan, they have roughly about 15 volumes. So, for those two, no reason why there cannot be another season for these two. There's no reason for it at all. As for why we have not gotten a season, I have no idea. It's complete mystery to me. But you're probably thinking, though, what's supposed to be adapted for season 3? Well, in the case of Book 7, this is the book where Shira gets married. It's basically the debut of the Elf Kingdom. It was referenced briefly. I think it was in Book 2. I think it was when Shira's brother showed up to try to rape her to get a child. Yes, Shira's own brother tried to rape her. I get the fact she's a brother, and he loved her, but going down the incest route was not a good idea. Like, he could have chosen, like, another woman. I'm sure probably he could have chosen another elven woman. But no, the idiot decided to choose his own sister. For stupidity, per se. Though this kind of also anything that happened in Galaxy Adventure Isekai, where the elven royal family practiced incest. And this caused a curse in the family, though they finally got away from that. Thanks to, of course, main character intervening. But in the case of this show, yeah, I can definitely see basically this. Now, in Book 9, we do see another wedding happen, or another character get married to Diablo. Would that be down for the season? I don't know if they'll get to Book 9 per se. I'm thinking they'll probably. Here's what I think the season will probably cover. Because I'm sure. Now, here's the weird thing. The first season was 13 episodes. Season 2 was 10. Yes, you hear me correctly. 10 episodes. I'm hoping that Season 3 is longer than Season 2. I have no idea why the Season 2 was shorter than Season 1. I have no freaking idea. But if they do 13 episodes, which I hope they do for Season 3, what they're probably going to do is finish down to Book 6 first, go through the entirety of Book 7, they're probably going to do Book 8, and they might start Book 9. Yeah, they might start, but I don't think they'll finish it. Would not be surprised if they just go through finish Book 6 through 7 and 8, and that's probably going to cap it off there. Hopefully they don't do the whole thing of last season where they just don't adapt the last chapter or two. Hopefully I'll pull that again like they did last season. Let's hope not. I'm thinking because they probably didn't have time to adapt it, so hopefully may adapt that first thing when they come up with the next season. Let's hope so. Yeah, and based on the light novels are right now, there could be, aside from season 3, you can probably get to season 5, maybe 6 at most. I would say 5. You can probably get 5 seasons of the show, but that's how much light novel's been released so far. Would they do it? Who knows? It depends upon which studio picks it up, because the one thing that has not been confirmed yet, from what I've read, they have not confirmed the studio. If in fact it's going to be the same studio who did season 2 or could be season 1 studio again. It's completely unknown. All I know is that we're getting season 3. It's been officially announced. Yep, it's coming. So far, that's all we know. It's coming. It's been fully announced. It's not announced to be production yet. There's no studio announced for it yet. I'm sure that the cast, the sub and dub cast, are going to come back too. They're probably going to get back because probably the contract obligation for it. As for the same teams worked on the, let's say, previous season of the show, was saying directly come back, I don't know. Not much info was released about this yet, but I had to bring this up here because it's the biggest thing online right now is that, we're getting this 3rd season. Okay. But, yeah, not much to say about this. So, that is pretty much a particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. So, next up is the start of a brand new anime. I'll talk about next video. Okay, next video. Bye.